Hello.
Access million. Permission
Hi,
to
good
access.
evening.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Am I freezing? Hi, Aarti ma'am.
Hi, Pratisha
No,
ma'am, कैसे हो आप?
it's all right.
That's you. No, I think there is something wrong here.
Yeah, ma'am, maybe in between your voice is breaking.
Yes, yes. I'll switch my network 1 second.
You, Aarti, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much, Rajan sir. So, hi everybody. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you from Olympiad Success Family. So today we are here for a demo and interaction program for Logical Reasoning Olympiad. Okay, and this is in particular for students of grade 5 and 6. And today, like we would be following this procedure. So first of all, there would be introduction by your mentor who would be taking up this course. After that, Rajan sir will be taking you through the course presentation. Post that, I will be taking you through the tour of the dashboard. And finally, we will be having a question and answer round. Post the question and answer round, we will be starting with the demo session for which you all are here. So I request everybody to get a pen and paper if you don't already have, because this is a logical reasoning class and you should have a pen and paper to solve the questions. Okay. And I would like to invite Priyasha ma'am for a brief introduction about herself. So Priyasha ma'am has been associated with Olympiad Success Family for a long time now, and she is one of our, star tutors, and it's really pleasure to have her on board. So over to you, Priyasha ma'am, for a brief introduction.
Thank you so much for a lovely and heartwarming welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad that you people joined in today. So as ma'am has already mentioned about me, I talk about reasoning more today. So talking to you people who are in grade 4, 5, 6 now, the ones who have joined in the demo, talking about reasoning makes more sense because so far you must be knowing that it's not taught directly as a topic in school. But if you have given any Olympiads before, you must have seen the questions of reasoning coming in almost all the Olympiads, be it math, science, computer, or any other Olympiad. The first 10 to 15 questions are dedicated to reasoning. This actually shows the importance of reasoning. Furthermore, if you people are aware, if you have your elder siblings around you, you must be knowing that there are many competitive examinations in future in which a full section will be given to reasoning only. And also there is one Olympiad which is called as Stress Reasoning Olympiad, which has a complete paper or topics as reasoning itself, like all the 50 questions of reasoning to be solved. Just like that, NTSC is a very prestigious scholarship examination in our country where more than around more than 45% or around 50% to be easy on numbers of the questions are reasoning oriented. Why am I talking all of this? Just to tell you that eventually when you move up the ladder of your life, you would see that more and more questions are coming across you which are directly or indirectly related to reasoning. So therefore, learning reasoning is really important. Firstly, because it opens up our mind and makes us think in a different way. And the second most important thing, which is special about our classes, is that we conduct the sessions in group. So just because this is a demo session, I would not be able to unmute you, but in our regular classes, everyone gets a chance once at least in the class to speak up the way how they found the answer. And this will eventually help us understand the various ways by which we can answer a single question. Now, you must have heard about the term called as thinking out of the box, right? That creative edge could be given to you by discussing the answers among your friends and with the teacher so that you can, get it justified that, okay, whether I'm going right or wrong. At the same time, reasoning is all about knowing a bit or a crux about how to start solving the question, or rather to say, what is the correct approach of solving the question. And that kind of an approach and different type of questions will be shared with you on this platform, where you would get ample of practice material to practice on even after the classes are over. And by this, you would prepare yourself and make yourself good, not just in reasoning, but in the other subjects also. I've been saying this in all my reasoning classes, that if you are good in reasoning, you automatically become good in the other subjects. A small, trial of that I'll give you in the demo today, because I'll show you how being good in reasoning is actually a test of not only your English language, but also your GK, also your maths, and so on, science also. So we will have a gist and look at it in the demo class. But before that, ma'am will be showing you an important PPT through which you have to go through and note down all the important details about the course before we begin with that. And after that, ma'am will also be asking you some questions. So just go through it properly. And the best part of this PPT is the very first question. So the first question is going to be a very exciting and interesting one. I want all of you to participate and answer that question with a very valid reason, whatever comes to your mind. Don't worry about whether it is right or wrong. Okay. So over to you, ma'am. And we will all meet very soon in just 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll start with the demo. All right, everyone, thumbs up. Okay, see you quickly in 5 to 10 minutes. But before that, an important PPT.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you,
over
ma'am,
to
for
you.
the wonderful introduction. So students,
you
allow
so
me to share my screen. To share with you. So I hope my screen is visible to you. So welcome to the demo and interaction program for class 5-6 reasoning. Okay, so let's start with the question first. Just give me a second. So this is the question. Which figure out of the following is odd one out? So you need to answer in the chat box, and please come up with a reasoning too, because it's a reasoning class. So you can answer which one is odd one out, and with that you can share the reason too. Okay. Anyone? Anyone, student?
I have an answer. You all can answer in everyone, guys. Okay. So Ashaz, you can send it to everyone and cite the answer also. I mean the reason why you feel so. Okay.
D. Okay, Aditi. Can you also like mention the reason why it is option D? I'm waiting for the reason also. Other can also attempt. Why option D is correct? Or any other option is correct? No one like to answer? Because both are fully and not matching different shape. Okay. But different shape, that is in option A too. In option A also, there are different shapes. Because if you add all the sides of both shape, you will get even number except for option D. Okay, Sanvi. Okay, we'll check for that. This option is looking quite interesting. Any other reason, student, or any other answer? Okay, let's reveal the answer then. Let's see what is the correct answer. Yes, the correct option is D, and Sanvi reason is correct. When we add the side of each figure, like in option A, it is 5 plus 3, that is equal to 8. For option B, it is 4 plus 4, it is equal to 8. For option C, it is 3 plus 3 equal to 6. And for option D, it is 4 plus 3 equal to 7. And for option E, it is 5 plus 5 equal to 10. So in option D only, it is a even it is a odd number. Other than all option, it is even number. Okay, so the correct option is option D. So this kind of questions you'll see in the reasoning classes, students. Now, students, let me tell you about us, about Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. We have Olympiad live classes, and we also have school test programs. So in school test program, we offer 8 courses that are mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, spoken and written both, Vedic maths, as well as coding. For 10 students, we also offer online CBSE, ICSE, IGSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 12, and one-on-one preparation classes for International Mathematics Olympiad like CESMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, MathCount, US Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRMO. Now meet the rank holder for session 20 to 23 and session 21-22. So many students of Olympiad Success got international rank in various Olympiad exams. Okay. Now students, about this course, so there will be around 20 students in the class, and the classes will be conducted on Zoom platform only. So there will be 3 sessions per week. The days will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the class timing will be 5 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. So the session include mix of theory, practice question, doubt session, and we will also discuss previous year paper. And students, you will get reading material and practice question, which will be available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And you will also get free access to the Olympiad Success platform for topic-wise mock test for reasoning. Okay. Now the syllabus for this course, I'll share with you again in the chat box. The fees for this course is 7,140, and there will be 32 sessions in this course. Payment link I'll share in the chat box. Okay. The fee include online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year paper. And like I said, you will get access to Olympiad Success platform for topic-wise mock tests for logical reasoning. Okay. To join this course, students, what you need a laptop or desktop with good internet speed, and laptop or desktop with camera, because we don't allow students without video in the classes. Okay, and headphone. As you know, students, like preparation for Olympiad exam is tougher than your regular school curriculum. Hence, you need to require to spend approx 2 hours every day to cope up with the curriculum, and parent support will be needed to take answers and retrieve concepts. Okay. Now, the live classes for this course, students, we are going to start from 1st of September. And currently, we having students from 3,800 school, and we are keeping in 35 plus countries. So this is all about this course, students. Now, Aarti ma'am will give you a tour of Olympiad Success Dashboard. After that, if you have any doubt or query, we will take that. Okay. So over to you, Aarti ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rajan sir, for a wonderful course presentation. So students, I'm sure you would have heard to it very carefully, because Rajan sir would be coming up with few questions. Okay, now let me share my screen for the course, for the demo tour of the dashboard. So students, once you enroll with us for this course, what you have to do is like to access the reading material and the topic-wise worksheets. What you have to do is just go to our website, olympiadsuccess.com, and click on the My Account button, enter your credentials. You would be getting your email ID and password. Just click on the sign in button and you would be logged in. Once logged in, you would be reaching the profile page. Make sure you complete the profile, and then only you would be able to move to any other section on the dashboard. So first thing is clicking on the live classes. This is very important because on this link, you will be finding your entire content, that is the reading material, practice questions, and the answer keys. So from the subjects drop down, just select the subject Reasoning Olympiad. Select the topic. So there are these topics, and these topics, they cover your entire syllabus. Okay. So let's say I select alphanumeric sequence puzzle. So the reading material related to this would be coming here. You have to just click on it and a PDF will open up. You can study from this PDF. Okay. And then practice questions from this practice question set given over here. And then finally, match your answers with the answer keys given by Olympiad Success over here. All right. So this is the entire process, and we have provided the entire schedule as well. So once you click on the view schedule button, again, a PDF will open up wherein you can see like what would be taken up in each of the sessions. So in session 1, we will be doing coding, decoding. Session 2, again, coding, decoding. Session 3, there would be blood relations. Session 4, it is test. Okay, so after every topic or two, we make sure that we conduct a test, and we do want each one of you to take these tests, because these would help us to identify, okay, so who are studying along with us, right? So it is really important to take these tests, because we would be announcing the results and all the other things. So students, make sure that you study well. And apart from that, like the last 3 sessions, as you notice over here, in 29 sessions, your course will get completed, but then the remaining 3 sessions are for the super classes. So basically, these are for your practice and practice. So you would be practicing from previous year papers and doubts, queries, etc., etc. Everything would be solved in these classes. Okay. And then we have the holiday calendar. So here you can see the days on which the classes will not be conducted. Correct. And then finally, the Zoom meeting ID and password. So here your meeting ID and password will be displayed, using which you can log into the live classes on the Zoom platform. Next is the worksheets part, which is important. Again, like what you have to do is you have to select logical, just a minute. You have to select logical reasoning. And here all the topic wise worksheets of logical reasoning will be displayed. So here you can see like alphanumeric puzzle 1. You have to click on the take exam button, and then this topic wise worksheet will open up in the form of a test. You have to then take the exam, and you can then finally view your performance by clicking on the performance tab and selecting the subject from the drop down, and then clicking on the view button to view your performance and the answer keys. So that's all about the dashboard. And now it's open for the question and answer round. So let us know if you have any doubts, queries, we would be taking up them.
Yes, Sanvi, you can type in the chat box.
So there was this one student who told that he has a slate, so that is perfectly fine. You can use the slate also to solve your questions. Okay.
Okay, we also get one question. Sir, I have a problem of the time as because of me. I want 6 p.m. Okay. Sunny, it's not possible for us to change the timing. Okay, because it's a group classes. So class timing is not possible to change for this batch. Okay. Which email we need to use? You can use any email that you want to use. Okay. For that we can create credentials. Any other doubt or query, students? No, San, we don't have any other batch for now. So we are just starting with this batch only. Yeah. Any other query or doubt, students? No? Which email we need to use? Aditi, you can use any email. So once you enroll with us, you can share your email ID with us and we'll create credential for that particular email ID. Okay. Okay. In case if no one have any doubt, let me ask one question to you. Can you tell me the days on which you're having the classes? You can put in the chat box. On which days we have the classes? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yes, correct. The days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what will be the class timings? Five. Okay. 5 to 6:15 p.m. Yes, correct. The timing is 5 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. Okay, students, do anyone have any doubt or query, or shall we begin with the session? You can just thumbs up. Shall we start? Okay. Okay, then I think we can start then. So over to you, Kasha ma'am.
Thank you so much. And I can see the big thumbs up coming up here. So we'll get started. So I was thinking what to do. And then I thought that why don't we start with a very commonly used topic. Okay. And that commonly used topic is none other than analogy. Now, any one of you can use the chat box and tell me in the chat, what is the English dictionary meaning of analogy or analogous by that case? Anyone? Boys. Okay. Analogous or analogy. Dictionary meaning of analogy in English. If someone says analogy, what do you understand by that? Because knowing that will help you understand what exactly are we planning to do throughout the class today. Anyone? Any guesses? Wild guesses? I have a chat. To analyze things, well, Adriti, you're very close, but there can be an easy word for it. Think more. You analyze things and then make it, okay, if they are valid or not. Not really valid. Something more. Something more. Anyone else? Sahasra, give it a try. Advikansh, Diya, come on, think. Sanvi, Ruchi, Mansirat, Shiva, Vishwajit, just try once. Think something. Okay, Sanvi, their relationship between two things. Very nice. Ashraj says it's think. Well, not think, but in simple language, we say, how is one thing same or similar to the other thing? The logic by which we make one thing same or similar to the other thing is called as what? It's called as analogy. So when something is analogous to something else, we understand that we are talking about analogy. Like those questions of logical reasoning are actually talking about analogy. For example, the most common example, A is to 1 and let's say P is to how much? Okay. So how to read this sentence? First of all, the colon here means A is related to 1 and the double colon means in the same way as P is related to the answer. So anyone, any guesses? Ashrat says P is to 17 or 16? 16. Why 16? What is the relationship between them? As you guys told me, relationship. Advikansh, what is the relationship? The relationship is position, ma'am. Alphabet place value, position. And therefore, A is the first letter, P is the 16th letter. So the value of this question's answer would be 16. That's how analogy technically works. But to give you a crisp context of how You know what? See, variety is the real game in logical reasoning. I'll tell you. Look at the first question on your screen, guys. First question on your screen. This one is not a very typical question of analogy. It is something else. It is not changing values. It is changing the position of the letters. So try to break it. And today I want all of you to not just answer like students, but also answer like question paper setters. So please try to answer these questions like question paper setter. When I say answer the question like question paper setter, by that I mean that you have to assume that you are setting up the question paper with me, let's say, and you get the privilege of deciding if I give this question to any one of my friends and if he or she is able to do that correctly, what skill is present in that kid? What skill is present in the boy or in the girl who is doing this question correctly? Okay. So firstly, answer the questions and then we'll discuss what skill is seen over here. I get multiple A's, B's coming up. Are letters a position of numbers? In this question, Adriti, are you asking about that? Then no. Don't go by the position of letters here. It's just the placement of them, like where is it present? Okay, option B, option B. So if you very clearly observe, the letters are getting interchanged or reversed. DDA becomes ADT, but that is not the only logic. See, what is the logic I found out here? That ma'am, first of all, we will be reversing the letters. Okay, done. Plus, there is another logic. The other logic is that the first and the last letters are replaced and the lower case remains lower, but the middle letter becomes capital. So the middle letter becomes capital. All right. Now, what does that mean? That, 1 second, guys. I think there's a glitch here. Okay. I think it's going good. All right. Hold on, guys. Just a small thing. Okay, thank you for waiting. I believe now you can see me, right? Just show me a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Show me a thumbs up, Sasra. Why so lazy? Thank you. All right. So the middle letter becomes what? Middle letter becomes capital, uppercase. Right here. Okay. Now, when we are talking about this, now comes the interesting part. That if you are the question paper setter, yeah, Azhar, that is absolutely correct. No problem in that. So, if you are the question paper setter, what do you understand from that? I mean, if someone is giving the right answer for this question, he or she is good at what skill? Observation skill? Observation skill? We also call it as good. Okay, we are opposing the word. Yes, Ashras, that's right. So, we can also say that someone who has good observation can point out very clearly that where the letters are going. At the same time, we also call it as good analytical skills. And trust me, good analytical skill is present in all the analogy questions because you have to find out the relationship between the given letters. And finding out the relationship is called as analytical reasoning. That is one thing which you will find in every logical reasoning, or rather, I should say, logical reasoning questions related to analogy. Yes, Ashra, perfect. Okay, this brings me to the second question for the day. This one is going to be a very simple one. Only the letters matching with another letters. But I want to see how well you do that. I mean, how are you connecting that? Try this up. For this question, we need the place value of the alphabets. So C is the third letter in the list of alphabets. So C is equals to 3. But what is the place value of M, guys? The first letter from here should match with the first letter from here. Anyone? Okay, I have two answers. Ashhal, I'm not pronouncing your name right, I believe. Ashhal, I'll call you Kabir. Okay, that goes right. Okay, thumbs up. All right. So, Kabir, you're right. Sanvi, right. Matsirat, correct. Dia, correct. Advikansh and Sasha, you guys are right. Good, Adriti. Right. So, there's a very interesting way of remembering the value of M. What you just need to do is give it a 90-degree turn clockwise. If we give it a 90-degree turn clockwise, my M will look something like this. Now I already know that 3 is taken up by C, and now I have only two possible positions, 13 and 23. 33 is not possible because we have only 26 letters. So that is 100% not possible. So out of 23 and 13, M is definitely not present close to Z. So it cannot be 23. It has to be a 13. So I know these sound very silly and funny ways of remembering the place value, but trust me, doing it once with me in the class will make you remember this logic throughout your life. You will not have any problem any further doing these type of questions then. Now, the moment I make up a relation between 3 and 13, how is it related, guys? How can I get a 13 from a 3? What ways? The easiest way would be by adding, anyone in the chat? By adding 10, says Sanvi, Sahasra and Adriti as well. Good, you people are doing good. We will just directly add 3 and C. Okay, and done. But that is not the end. We have to keep checking it for the other platforms as well. What are the other platforms I'm talking about? The other platforms I'm talking about is the D and N are also working in the same criteria. Okay. E and O are also working in the same criteria. F and P is also working in the same criteria. That means 4, 14, 5, 15, and 6, 16. So based on this logic, we will quickly go and check the value of H, I, J, K. Of course, H is 8. Have you guys seen a digital clock before? Yes. How does the 8 look like in a digital clock? If you just put a dash and a dash here, it looks very similar to 8. So again, a very silly way of remembering, but plus 8 would give me a R, which is 18. And the only option which starts with a R is option B. And since we don't have a none of these, we know that we are not going to waste a single more second trying to understand what can be our complete answer here, right? Easy? Good. Now, yes, Sanvi, of course, there's a trick for G and H as well. So H I discussed, and G is the moment you write G like this once, it's done forever. Yeah, trust me, take your pen and paper, just write G like this once, and you will remember it that G is the 7th letter in the English alphabet. Simple. Oh, Kabir says jolly, easy to remember. That's nice. Okay, thank you. This is the benefit of joining a group class, that you get to share ideas and tricks which are funny and easy for all of us to remember. And there is always a scope of improvement. Okay, it's not just because I'm the teacher, I'm not learning. I'm continuously learning every single day, every single hour from you guys. All right. Talking about the third question for the day, this one is interesting. Remember, your first answer is your final answer. So think before you answer. Correct, Kabir. We can remember the value of N with 14th November. How is traffic and road related? Aerodrome is a place, Sanvi, where the aeroplanes rest. That means they are kept when not operating. Sahasra and Mansirat and Adriti have received answers from you. Sahasra says car and garage. Mansirat says aeroplane and aerodrome. Adriti says blood and veins. Okay. Kabir said C, blood and veins. Okay, so the ones who went for option D, let's start with D. In a garage, the cars are parked. Am I right? The relationship between the car and the garage is a place where the cars are parked. But is road a place where traffic is parked, fixed, static? No. So that is a very fine line difference, and which makes the answer, I mean, option D, not the answer, wrong answer. Similarly, talking about option A, again, the same reason as the garage. Aerodrome is a place where the aeroplanes are parked or they rest when they are not operating. But traffic traffic is constantly moving in the road. Okay, and it's a temporary place, like temporary kind of a thing. It's moving, not static. Static for a while when you are having rush, but then it still moves. So there's no movement in option A and option D. Which brings me down to option C being the right answer. Of course, no one has selected B, so I'll not explain B as well. The blood is moving in the veins, just like the traffic is moving on the road. Now, this is called the exact relation between the original pair and the given option. So you know what, I'll tell you an interesting fact. I'm not sure if your people are aware, but you guys are somewhere close to 10, 12 years, right? 12 years maximum. So even after, let's say, 10 to 20 years, yes, that's the range. Even after 10 to 20 years of your life, you would still come across an exam in your life where you will have to answer the analogy questions. Same as this. Now you will say, ma'am, what will be the difference between a question which we will get 10, 15 years later versus the question which I'm getting now? The logic will be quite similar to what you're learning now. Just the difference would be like here, only 2 options were very close. When you go to higher classes, all the 4, 5 options are very close to each other. Understood? So that's how you're supposed to do it. Oh, Kabir is 9 years old. That's great, Kabir. So sorry. Moving to the 4th one, this is talking about number analogy. Answer of both the questions are same because the logic behind them is same. You tell me the answer of both of them. Answer of part 1 and part 2. Answer of part 1 and part 2. Hmm? Two answers. Three answers. Okay, 4. I've got answers from Sahasra. Okay, ma'am, I remember in my science class, when a chapter finishes in question answer, we do analogy type. Yes, good, Adriti. See, all of this are related. Okay, Kabir, Sahasra, I got your answer. Sanvi, Mansirat. All right, let's try. Dia, try. Give it a try. Come on. Advikansh, I'm waiting for you also. Try, Siva. This is not difficult. See what numbers are getting added. Vishwajit, Ruchi, come on, participate. We'll make it fun. All right. Moving ahead, I have got answers from all of you. Great. Let us talk about this. So first we try to see what can be done with 20 to get 30. The first very easy thing which comes to my mind is a plus 10. Now, if I see this option has a gap of 10, this has a gap of 20, and this has a gap of 5. So of course, I'll go with option A. When it comes to the second part of the question, again, if I do a plus 10 to 50, I'll get 60. So the answer is quite simple, right? Now, the very first question people will be asking me is, ma'am, are we really going to get these type of questions in the exam? I'll say yes. It's always seen that when you prepare for the worst, you get good things in life. So always prepare yourself for the worst. Now, look at this one. So there is a long step things which I have created, but I don't think that this audience needs it because you already landed up on the right answer. Always try to think what is written on the right hand side. If the number written on the right hand side is smaller, you would either go for division or subtraction. And in this also, if the gap is really big, then try for division, or if the gap is small, try subtraction. Similarly, if the number given is greater, you can try a multiplication or a addition, depending upon the same logic, bigger gap or smaller gap. Wow, I got 4-5 answers already. Good going, guys. So 39 minus how much could have given me a 33? Minus 6. And if I do the same logic as 66 minus 6, I land up upon option A, 60. Any doubts, anyone? No? For doing this question correct, along with establishing relationship, your friend should be good in what other topic? Quickly, be the question paper setters now. Turn on your question paper setter mode and tell me. Kabir says maths. Very nice. That's the first and the foremost thing you should be good at while solving the number analogy questions. Very good, very good. Now let's move to a very, very interesting question. I love this question. What is the question? What is the question? This is the new question on the screen, Adriti. And for the previous question, the one at the bottom was other question. Kabir has answered. Kabir logic. Adriti has answered. Very nice. Adriti logic. Write it in the form of a sentence. Type it out in the sentence. Try, Mansirat. What is the relationship between dog, squirrel, and tail? All right, Mansirat says it's D. Advikansh says it's B, as fish and crocodile live in water. Very good, Advikansh. But just go back to the real question, Advikansh. What is the real question? Dog, squirrel, and tail. What is your relationship? Lives in. Dog and squirrel lives in tail? No. Tada! One option out. Try next. Sanvi says the relationship very nicely in the chat. Kabir as well. Adriti, Dia, need the relationship also, reason also. Well, cottage and hut and palace are types of houses which again does not fits in our relationship. Our correct relationship is that dog and squirrel both have a tail. Horse and ox have a horn. Is this not correct, guys? Horse and ox are not having horns? No? Who doesn't have a horn? Okay, there was one kid. I'll tell you a very funny incident. There was one kid who said, ma'am, you're saying it not correct. I have seen a horse with a horn. And I was like, when? Ma'am, unicorn. And I said, come on, no cartoon characters, please. Okay. So don't take unicorn. But yeah, if you don't take unicorn, this will also not fit in. This will also not have a horn. Then finally we come to our right answer, which is truck, scooter, and gear. As we know that truck and scooter, both of them have gears in it. So that makes it the perfect pair. This this opens up a nice creative edge for you people. Tell me what what skill is required to answer this question. Whatever comes to your mind, be free and tell me. I'll accept your answers. What skill is required to answer the question? Observation, accepted. Bio. Okay, knowledge of bio. Well, I would not say so much of science in this as English, as GK. Yes, Sadvikaj, GK is required. English is required because this is the relationship have a and lives in the place where Advikant you only went wrong. Lives in have a. Maths. Ah, come on, Siva. Maths. Where is maths here, sir? Okay. GK, correct. We need to recognize, says Kabir. Yes, we have to recognize. Also, these type of questions are always framed in such a way that while you are in an exam and doing the question in a hurry, trust me, I have conducted this survey and 67% of students fell for this option. And when I decreased the time of the question, like you have to solve this question in 30 seconds, the number of people who selected B went up to 83%. So this happens. Okay, this is psychological. So if you practice a lot, you will be able to break this barrier. We will do that in our regular classes. All right, this brings me to the first chocolate question for the day. Chocolate questions are special questions which you will find in Priyasha ma'am's class, where I'll be giving you either previous year question papers or something similar to that level which you can expect in the coming examinations. I love this question. Please try and think, how can you make the answer? There are two logics by which you can get the answer. No problem, Kabir. Give it a try. Come on, this is the first one you see like this. So try. It is related to the things we have done so far. We did questions on mathematics. We did questions on place value of the alphabets. Jumble them up all together. Think in a way which involves 2-3 logics like that. Okay, Sanvi and Sahasra has given me an answer, but not the logic. Advikansh, Q as I is 10 away from S, same Q and G. Huh? Yes, one logic is correct. Okay, Kabir, what's your logic behind that? Tell you my logic. By the way, the logic which Advikansh has written on the, okay, she has said, okay, you have sent it to me in the chat directly. So you can send it to everyone also, no problem. I got a message from, oh, lovely Sahasra, same pinch. Your and my logic matches. So what's the place value of A, guys? 1. What's the place value of I? 9. When you put 19 together, you get the place value 19 for the letter S. Similarly, A for 1, G for 7, together makes a Q. So to remember the place value of Q, again like G, you can write it like a Q7. and you will see that the answer is right in front of your screen. The other logic can be that I minus 2 gives you a G. So S minus 2 can also give you a 17. I mean, Q. Any other logics you people have? Okay, great. So what skill is required to answer this question? Coming back to my age-old question. What skills are required to answer this question correct? If you set up this question and your friend is answering it correct, he or she is correct. Adriti, the second logic is when you subtract the value of the last letter, so I minus 2 is equals to G, the last letter here. So if you do the same thing with S, S minus 2 is also Q. 19 minus 2 is 17. That's the second logic. I hope you get this now. Okay, trust me, our very first session regular classes would be really interesting because we will learn many silly ways of remembering the place value of all the alphabets. Moving to the second chocolate question, everyone. Doctor is related to patient in the same way as lawyer is related to judge, says Mansirat. Judge, says Dia. Aditi says client. Okay, a change in answer. Kabir says client. By the way, if you're confused between a judge and a magistrate, then magistrate is a special type of a judge who is called up for some special cases. Okay. Sahasra D. All right. Anyone else? Sahasra changed to C. Okay. Sanvi D. Well, let me tell you that doctor is working for the patient and the patient is in turn paying the doctor. Do you think that judges pay the lawyer? Magistrates pay the lawyer? The clients pay the lawyers. Clients pay money. Lawyers work for client. For example, take an example. Dia is wearing headphones and Mansirat comes and takes it away from Dia and just rushes out. She's not getting catched at all. She's not caught. Dia is now not crying. Rather, she went to the police station firing a complaint against Mansirat. Mansirat, that's just a joke, by the way. Imagine Mansirat has done all of this. Now, Mansirat will say, excuse me, I never did that. I will go and get a lawyer. So, who is the client? Mansirat. Who is the lawyer? Anyone. So, lawyer will find out all the evidences that how is Mansirat saying the truth or whether Dia is saying the truth. But the client, like, see, Mansirat is paying the lawyer. So, lawyer will try to defend Mansirat and would try to prove that she has not taken the headphones. Later, it was found out, Dia, that your headphones were right below your bed and Mansirat had similar headphones with which she went. Okay, so all of this will be proved by the lawyer. Coming back to the context of the question, lawyer is someone who gets paid by the client. So therefore, just like a doctor is getting paid by the patient. Okay, done. Simple. Let's go to the next chocolate question. And number one, guys, this is a tier 2 question. Tier or level? Level 2 question. On your way. How to reach 12 from 66? 66 is not in the direct tables of 12. Adriti, chocolate questions are the special questions you will find in my class only in Priyasha ma'am's class, where we will be dealing with either the previous year questions or some similar questions which can come in the next year exam. Okay, so this is a level 2 question. When I say level 2 question, by that I mean you have to tell me how to reach 12 from 66. And just as we know that it is not in the direct tables of 12, so I cannot directly divide it with a number, right? I have to do something else apart from dividing also. 2 steps are required to reach to 12. How to do that? It's a level 2 question. It's tougher than the others. I have some answers. Subtraction. Agreed, Adriti? We will do subtraction, but only subtraction will not give you the answer. Try 66 minus 12 is giving me a 54. That means if I do 66 minus 54, I'll get 12. By this logic, if I do 99 minus 54, I get a 5 and a 4, which is not present in the options. Now, thank you so much, Adriti, for bringing this up. This brings me to a very good concept which I want to discuss with you people. In analogy questions, you are never right or wrong. Your answer is considered to be right if you are a Baba. By Baba, I mean you can read the mind of the question paper setter and understand what logic has she or he kept in the question. Meaning right now we all tried for subtraction, but we found out that 45 is not present in the options only. The moment I see that it is not present in the options, I realize that my logic and the question paper logic is not matching. So I'll try again. Let's try again. Kabir A. Can you tell me how, Kabir? How did you reach the answer? Okay, something which strikes me really good or well is division. Let's divide 66 in such a way that we come closer to 12. Closer to 12. How can we do that? Can we try dividing? Okay, one more thing. How would you know which number to divide, ma'am? That's a common question, right? Like, how would we know? Should we divide 66 by 2 or 11 or 6 or 9 or 3 or which number? Look at 99. Look at 66. Can you tell me which number is it coming in the table of together? Like, can you think of the HCF or anything similar in that manner? If you guys are aware of HCF. Oh, I got 6 answers. My goodness. 33 and 11. I will not deny that 33 is the LCM, I mean HCF, but 66 by 33 would give you a 2. And then to get a 12, you have to do a into 6. So 2 steps involved. If you do the same thing over here, 99 by 33 gives you a 3, and 3 into 6 will give you a 18, which is not in the options. Very close, but not correct. Instead, I can try dividing 66 by 11, the next number. This will give me a 6, and I very well know that double of 6 is 12. So first step is divide by 11. Second step is either you multiply by 2 or you do a plus 6. We will check this, huh? We are not sure. We'll check this. If I do 6 into 2, I get a 12. If I do 6 plus 6, I get a 12. Now let's check the other case. 99 by 11 gives me a 9. Now the interesting part is that if I do into 2, I will get the answer as 18, which is not in the options again. But if I do plus 6, what do I get? Something which is present in the options. And that gives me the fine logic that the correct answer of this question is option C. Those who got A as the answer, do you have a different reason to share? Or no, there was a calculation error. Okay. So option C is the right answer. Why do we call it level 2, ma'am? Why B? B is not the answer. It's C. Option C, 15. So why do we call it a tier 2 question, ma'am? Because to reach 12 from 66, I did 2 mathematical operations. One, dividing 66 by 11, and second, dividing the value, like I got 6. So by adding that to 6. So I did divided by 11 and plus 6 as a logic in this question. Okay, Kabir, got you. All right, everyone. With this comes the second last question for the day. Right, it is right here on your screen. This is also a tier 2 question. I hope you do that right. But it is easier than the previous one. How to get 20 from 42? Try to divide it with a number which brings it closer to 20. For example, the first thing which comes to my mind when I'm dividing anything is 2. So if you divide 42 by 2, what do you get? Oh, people are using the keyboards now. They have the answer. Okay, Diya, Adriti. Very good, Kabir. You guys are right. I got a 21. Now, what to do with 21 to get a 20? Quick. Sashra has already given the answer. Lovely. Okay. -1. Absolutely. -1 and we get a 20. Let's apply this logic quickly to our second part to see if this really works or not. 64 by 2 is a 32, madam. And 32 minus 1 is a 31. That's absolutely correct. Claps for all of you who got right. And double claps for the one who did not get it because you saved yourself from doing a mistake in the exam and also learned a new thing in the class today. Congratulations. Okay, now comes the final time when I'll ask you the most important question of the class. That is, how was the class? Yeah, that is one of the most important questions of my class. Yes, Advikansh, say. I'm waiting for your question. Ma'am, only I got. Oh, really, Adhikansh? I was actually looking at it, but I could not follow up because I am delivering, so I can't open YouTube on the other platform. But I'm pretty excited, and I will just go and watch it right next. Okay. So I'm very happy to hear this first from you, Advikansh. Thank you. By the way, thank you so much for your lovely comments, everyone. And yes, the link of the other links were already added in the chat. But if you can't find it, no problem. You can directly drop an email or a WhatsApp to Olympiad Success and they will inform you about all the details for the batch. Thank you, Kabir. See you everyone next week, same time, okay, when we start on our regular sessions. Bye-bye. Take care and study hard. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, Sahasra. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.